katoa, tēnā koutou katoa. Ko te kāinga manaaki he mahana, ko te kāinga whānau he aroha, ko te kāinga wāroa he pumua.
Okay, right, sorry. I've asked repeatedly for people to restrain themselves a little bit. Of course, emotions run high in a debate like this, but outbursts of the type we're getting don't change that.
Oh,
So
go
please,
have a
just
donut.
respect a bit of decorum in the House. The Honourable Casey Costello.
Please.
As this Ngāpuhi proverb says, the warm home is safe, the family home is love, the home with spirit endures. I stand here today, Mr Speaker, in this House of Parliament, our democracy, a home where, as it's evident today, our spirit endures. Today, I do not speak only about principles, legal contrivances, ideological posture, rather to reflect on the deeper roots beyond politics. The very elements my ancestor Tamati Wakanini highlighted when he signed the treaty in 1840. As it was recorded when signing the treaty, the chiefs were greeted, "Hei iwi tahi tātou, together we are a people, a nation," and we did form a nation, and our people, although not always getting it right, did come together. We are not a people who should fear debate, ideas or difference of opinion. Democracy is weakened by a censorious approach. Democracy is chilled if the highest court in the land is stifled. Difference of opinion are expected, and today in the esteemed debating chamber we have the chance to demonstrate that we are not censorious and we will not be stifled. There is nothing to fear through challenging ideas and presenting different positions. That is what brings us to the House today, the ability to bring ideas, challenge those ideas and perhaps be enriched by those different perspectives and maybe come to a better position because of what we have learned. New Zealand First has a very long and consistent history, Mr Speaker, on our position regarding the treaty principles. As a party, we have brought legislation to this House in order to deliver clarity and certainty to this nation regarding the treaty and its influence on who we are. We have and continue to reject that there are principles. New Zealand First brought legislation in 2005, the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi Deletion Bill, which was voted down. Following the 2005 election, a confidence and supply agreement between the Labour Party and New Zealand First stated, "Support New Zealand First bill relating to treaty principles going to select committee for consideration." This allowed us to bring this bill back to this House. Therefore, it seems not unprecedented to allow contentious legislation in the agreements to form a government to come to this House. And we are a healthy enough democracy to survive contentious debate. We do not stand alone on this view that there are no treaty principles. Our leader, the Right Honourable Winston Peters, has referred often to the great Māori leaders who forged the path for a better New Zealand. Sir Raparana Ngata, Sir Peter Buck, Sir Maui Pomari, Sir James Carroll. They all shared the position that there were no principles to the treaty, and that will remain New Zealand First's position. Is it under the shared knowledge and understanding of our history that New Zealand First has remained committed to the purpose of the treaty? As Dame Whena Cooper said, we signed the treaty to become one people. But that does not mean that we turn away from our obligation to our democracy. As my esteemed colleague, the Honourable Shane Jones, elucidated to the House yesterday, this precious place in which we stand is a place where ideas must be respected. Parliamentarians are entitled to put ideas forward for debate. The issues on which a party campaigned and through that campaign received a mandate to enter this House must be respected, and the process of our democracy must be afforded the opportunity to be heard. We need in this House to be guardians of the rights that this chamber represents. Free and open exchange of ideas is not something to be feared. It is a legacy that was hard fought by many who have gone before. Agreement and consensus of opinion accompanied by a reluctance to put forward different thinking would stifle the development of ideas to broaden our minds and innovate our solutions. So this bill is brought to the House for consideration, and I cannot help but be reminded of the words of Voltaire, to paraphrase, "I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend your right to say it." It is important to maintain perspective and dignity in this debate, and we do not allow this to become antagonistic. New Zealand First will, as we have committed to, support this bill to the first reading. It is our commitment to this government and to this democracy. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
How much did she smoke before she made that speech?
It depends what she was smoking. It definitely wasn't the good stuff.
No, that was a bad batch of tobacco.
Well, I wasn't thinking tobacco.
Can I just say how grateful I was that neither Winston Peters nor Shane Jones were there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just don't think Winston's actually got the capacity anymore to make. He just doesn't seem to be as sharp as he used to be.
Can we talk about what William Hobson said? Who cares what he said to the rangatira? It's not legally binding. He could have said I'm the scat man and sang a whole bunch of songs. It wouldn't have been legally binding. They didn't agree to that. They agreed to what was written in the contract in Te Tiriti.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now let's get...
What's the whole thing with their position on there are no principles of the treaty? What's it?
So that's actually a very interesting point worth talking about. So from one perspective, it's actually a very strong position to take, to say instead of focusing on a derived implication of the words, right? That's what principles could be described as. Just honor the words, right, as given. Now, that's actually a very strong proposition and approach to take to the treaty, but its challenge for the Crown is the words, as per my Ned Fletcher's analysis, confirmed that right from day one, the expectation was that there would be coexistent rangatiratanga and kawanatanga. Now, that's not anything that any court or parliament since 1852 has been able to contemplate. And so in order to reconcile the irreconcilable, they've ended up doing this derived meaning. And, you know, because it's a bit of a Gordian knot, right? Coexistence of sovereignty or sovereigns, at least that's how they have tried to frame it. So that's why we've ended up with principles. Well, okay, kia ora for that. But they don't even want that now. Now we want to throw the whole damn thing out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they don't want principles unless it's their principles.
Boom.
They don't care about what the Waitangi Tribunal
Well,
say.
actually, they don't want anything. Actually, all David is putting on a facade of principles. It's just libertarian, liberal democracy.
Oh, whatever can give the corporations more power
Boom.
and more rights to resources. He'll
Hey,
do it.
Awesome, actually, what Chloe did by layering in the potential of, you know, Te Ao Māori's values and world intergenerational view to be an antidote to some of the. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.